All right, so let's take a look at this next example. Let's try this out. Here we go. As always, first things first, we are going to read the question sentence. I'm going to be very, very clear. I'm going to be very repetitive about this. On top of the main idea being compare the same things in the same way, the second thing that we always want to really drill into our heads about proportions is set up your proportion based on the question sentence. Base it off of those items. Let me show you what I mean here. So when I take a look here, it says, if there are 28 red marbles, how many blue marbles are there? Everybody give me the 2 words of the 2 things that we have been comparing in this question sentence. What are the 2 things we're comparing? Thank you, Sam. Correct. Red to blue. We are comparing red to blue. So with that said, boom, we have 28 red marbles. How many blue? Let's write that down. 28 red. How many blue? So that's the comparison that I've noticed in the question sentence. Now remember, we want to try to set up the proportion based off of this comparison. So what that means is whatever I'm about to read here, we want to try to compare red and blue together. So let's see what we got. In a bag, the ratio of red marbles to blue marbles is 4 to 9. So what does that mean? No problem. We see here that the ratio of red marbles, red being first, is 4. And then compared to blue marbles, that's 9, the second number. So now I am confident that I can compare 4 to 9 when it comes to red versus blue. This is just an indicator of a ratio. You can write it as a fraction. You can write it like this. You can really write it however you want, as long as you are indicating the comparison. So with that said, notice that we have a nice comparison. It's compared in the same way. So now we can set up our proportion. I'll just put X for blue right there. And we can say red to blue. So 28 over X is the same comparison as red to blue. 4 over 9. Now that we're here, my party people, if you were doing this problem on the actual test, you tell me, do you think that it would be wise to take the time to cross multiply 28 times 9 and then divide whatever that massive number is by 4? Do you think that's the quickest way? Right on. And I'm totally okay with you doing it. I'm totally okay with you cross multiplying and dividing. But what I want you to recognize is, look, when we do 28 times 9, if we do that off the top of my head, what is that? 270 minus 18, so 252. So you'll have 252 when you multiply, and then you'll be dividing by 4, so you'll be doing long division in that sense. But with enough practice, there will be situations where the comparison is a convenient comparison. Here's what I mean. Watch this. I can try to get to X by comparing right to left, just like we did in that previous example. Because if I know what this comparison is right to left on the top, I know exactly how I can go from right to left on the bottom. Everybody help me out. How do I go from 4 to 28 with multiplication? Oh yeah, multiply by 7 right there. That is times 7. So everybody, if the comparison up top is times 7 right to left, what does it have to be on the bottom? Yeah, it has to be times 7 on the bottom as well. That's the epitome of comparing the same things in the same way. If you can get that through your head, man, anything's possible here. So with that, booyah, 9 times 7, everybody, what's that going to be? Appreciate that, Giovanni. That's going to be 63, and there we go. There are 63 blue marbles, and we're all set. Boom. Now, for those of us that were slightly confused on the setup, again, as long as you compare the same things in the same way, you can set this up however you'd like. So let me go ahead and just show you why this here works first. 28 references red. So I'm going to put red up top. Then the X represents blue. The X represents blue, so I'll write blue on the bottom. The 4 on the other side here, that represents red. So let's go ahead and write red right there. And then the 9 on the bottom represents blue. So although we think it's a little weird that the X is on the bottom, everybody, are we still indeed comparing the same things in the same way? Red versus blue, red versus blue. Oh yeah, that's right. We absolutely are. And so we can feel secure that we have a proper proportion. If we wanted to do it another way, hey, that's up to you. You're good. We can absolutely do the X up top because that's blue. And just make sure to put the red on the bottom. 28 right there. Now that you're comparing blue to red, just make sure you compare 9, which is blue, over 4, which is red. Notice, blue versus red, blue versus red. This is still a proper proportion. This would still get you the same correct answer. And it's going to be all good. Let me know if that makes sense in the chat box before we turn the dial up into, the fun that we have for you up next. Perfect. So with that, let's go ahead here and turn our attention over to that homework question that we did from the previous lesson. So let me go ahead here and dial this back. Let me make sure I have the exact problem here. Let me just take a look here at my file. Yep, 47, 28. Okay, cool, perfect. So let me solve for x. We have 11x minus 13 equals 2x plus 95. So I immediately notice that I have the variable on both sides of the equal sign. So already realizing that, and I don't have any parentheses or anything like that, my first move is going to be to immediately get those variables together. So to do that, we have two options. We can move the 11x to the right side by subtracting the entire 11x term, but 2 minus 11 leaves that room for a negative, and so I'm going to avoid working with a negative if I don't have to. So I'll instead move the 2x term to the left. And to do that, I'm going to do the opposite of what's just sitting there. It's just sitting as a positive 2x. So I will subtract 2x on both sides. So once I do that, cancels right there on the right side. 11 minus 2 is 9x. 9x minus 13 equals 95. From here, the next step that we'll take is we'll treat this like a regular two-step equation where we'll add the 13 on both sides to get rid of the 13, and then we'll divide both sides by the 9 to get the x by itself. So add 13 to both, cancels out on the left, and we have 9x equals 108. So lastly, we'll divide both sides by 9, just like that, and we cancel out on the left again, giving us x equals 108 divided by 9, which is 12. 9 times 12 is 108. So there we go. The correct answer here, everybody, is answer choice D.